All right, my name is Robert.
And this is Mark.
And my name is Ed.
From the MickeyUpdates.com podcast team right here live on Stick'em. And we are recording for iTunes right here on this glorious Friday, the 3rd of February, 2012. The 3rd of February, 2012, we are recording. And we have lots of stuff to talk about today. Lots of things that we've done this week. It's been a real busy week for the podcast team.
Woo!
We have a little bit of news to talk about. And then we have essentially 3 reviews for you today. The first one is going to be on Gatorland,
Which was very cool.
and then the second one will be on Gatorland ziplining.
Which was even more cooler.
And then the third one, we have a nice review from me and Ed on the Icepiration show at Busch Gardens. So lots of stuff to talk about today. So let's get started here with the news of the week. We're going to get right into that. Let's go into that right here, and we'll start off with the first news story of the week. We're going to take a look at the Universal Orlando 2012 Mardi Gras concert lineup. Now, the Mardi Gras concert starts next week.
Indeed.
Next Friday, I think.
Yep.
So definitely check that out. Now, Ed, that's a separate ticket, correct?
Yes.
It's not included in the daily admission.
No, not including daily admission, but it's
But if
included
you
with
have a
the
pass, you're included into that, yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to let Mark take this one here.
All right. It says the Goo Goo Dolls and Sugar Ray will perform at Universal Orlando's Mardi Gras celebration, completing one of the most powerful musical lineups of the event's history. The Goo Goo Dolls will rock the Music Plaza stage at Universal Florida on March 3rd, and Sugar Ray will do the same thing on March 17th. With 4 Grammy nominations, more than 10 million albums sold, and 13 top 10 hits, including Name, Slide, and Black Balloon, Goo Goo Dolls have become one of the most globally recognized and influential forces in pop music history. Their hit Iris from the soundtrack of City of Angels spent nearly 12 straight months on Billboard charts and held the number 1 position for 17 consecutive weeks. That's pretty impressive for any song.
Yeah.
Actually.
I remember when that was out. It was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good song.
I wish I could say I remember it.
The video is pretty cool for it.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have a lot of people lined
Mark
up,
was
too.
in a cave when the song came out.
I was not. I was probably working at a record store at the time, too.
That's funny.
There's a lot of other things. But the lineup this year will include, starting February 11th, the B-52s.
Woohoo! Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster!
Rock Lobster.
On Saturday, February 18th, will be Kelly Clarkson.
And they also have, in addition to the actual band that's playing there, the headliners, they're also going to have some New Orleans bands performing in the French Quarter. On the 11th, they're going to have the Daddy Mac Blues Band. And then the 18th is Kelly Clarkson, and they're going to have Little Malcolm and the House Rockers.
All right. February 19th, I know Rob will want to go see the show,
Yes.
Boys to Men.
I will be there.
Then also at the New Orleans French Quarter is going to be Little Malcolm and the House Rockers again. After that, on February 25th, will be Diana Ross. And at the New Orleans Band Center there is going to be John Lisi and the Delta Funk. Then, of course, March 3rd, you're going to see the Goo Goo Dolls. So that's going to be a big ticket right there. I think that's one of the bigger ones that they're going to have. On March 10th, Big Time Rush. March 16th, J. Cole. March 17th, we already said that. Sugar Ray will be there with his big hit Fly, I think it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Which one was that?
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you forgot, I don't know if you did Big Time Rush, right?
Yeah.
So we have to talk about the New Orleans band that's playing with Big Time Rush.
Yeah, we're gonna.
How can you not? How can you pass up a band where their name is Gravy?
Gravy.
I mean, who doesn't like gravy? I love gravy.
I'm bringing bacon to that show.
Gonna I'll bring cans of gravy.
That sounds good. So March 16th is J. Cole, and at the French Quarter will be Little Brian and the Zydeco Travelers. On March 17th, Sugar Ray, we said, also will be accompanied in the French Quarter by the Little Brian and the Zydeco Travelers. After that, March 23rd will be Hot Shell Ray. Shelly Ray?
You had it right first.
Shell Ray?
I
Okay.
think.
And then in the New Orleans French Quarter will be J.J. Callier and the Zydeco Knockouts. Not to be confused with the Zydeco Travelers. We will have the Zydeco Knockouts.
I'm knocked out already by the name.
Just by Zydeco?
No, just Zydeco Knockouts.
It's a style of music, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Old guys know stuff.
I know what Zydeco is, but
okay.
but the knockout part isn't the style of music.
I can show you what Knockout is.
No,
I can show you right here and now.
I saw enough of it when I watched Real Steel. I know what it is.
On March 24th will be B.O.B. And again, at the French Quarter will be J.J. Callier and the Zydeco Knockouts. On March 30th, Plain White Tees. I think I'd like to see them. I like some of their music too. And at the French Quarter will be Soul Project. March 31st will be Prince Royce. And also again at the French Quarter will be Soul Project.
Now, March 31st, April 7th, we have a special band here. And all I know is that the girls just want to have fun.
They just want to have fun? So, if you haven't figured that
Woke
one
up
out,
in the morning sun,
Cyndi
my mama
Lauper
says, "When you gonna-"
will be there singing all her favorite hits. I really like Cyndi Lauper, so I'd like to see her too.
True Colors, one of the best
True
songs
Colors.
ever.
Yep.
Not going to lie. And that's not because it was in the Kodak promotional right before.
But that didn't hurt either.
But that didn't hurt either, but...
And Time After Time, a little trivia about that. It's also one of the most recorded songs. I think the song.
So what you're saying, it's been recorded time after time?
It's been recorded time after time. Thanks for picking up on that one, Ed. Beatles Yesterday, I think, is also one of the most recorded songs out there. But a lot of people have covered Time After Time, including Miles Davis.
Miles Davis.
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to know if one person covered it. Did Dave Koz cover it?
We'll have to check that out. I bet you Dave Koz did cover it.
David Koz?
You guys keep knocking Dave Koz, man, but the guy's awesome. I'm telling you right now.
I know. He was at SeaWorld. He
One
was
of the
really
best
good.
saxophone players ever. That was him. You guys can't tell me different. How do you know it wasn't him? Anyway, moving
because
on.
he was at Kingston that day we
So
went.
as we said, on April
Dave Koz.
7th will be Cyndi Lauper, and then at the French Quarter will be Rockin' Jake.
And then April 14th will be That's the Way. I like it.
KC and the Sunshine Band. They are still around. KC hangs out in Key West, if I'm not mistaken. And he just kind of drives over, and boom, he's got a show, and they do it every year. They're one of the people that show up regularly.
The New Orleans band sounds like a real knockout. It is Big Al and the Heavyweights.
Big Al and the Heavyweights. Wasn't that a movie?
So
Wasn't that done by the Disorderlies, the Heavyweights?
Oh God, yeah. I remember those guys. That was on Netflix. That's a good movie.
Mixing our media here.
But apparently, Big Al will be doing a concert at Universal.
I'm sure it's a bit different, Big Al.
No, I don't. No, it's the same one.
It's the same one.
People are going to go expecting that now. Do not listen to the two people here, and they do not
It's the same
know.
one.
Look, we'll get a big group, and we'll just start screaming,
Anyway, what do you guys-
blood on the saddle.
What do you guys think of the lineup this year? Pretty good?
Yeah, I think it's great. I like it a lot. I think it's really good stuff. I think that I like it. I think the addition of Big Al is just going to take it over the top.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the B-52s.
I'd like to hear Big Al do Blood on the Saddle.
Goo Goo
Yeah.
Dolls, Plain White Tees, Cyndi Lauper, and Casey and the Sunshine Band. Am I showing my age with that?
I will see
A little bit.
what's Prince Royce?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
a rap guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
I know Prince.
I'll see J. Cole.
It'd be cool if it was Prince.
Sugar Ray's pretty good. I just want to fly. Okay. That's all the singing that I'm doing for today because apparently I have scared everyone to silence.
Stop the
Now,
singing. We're going to have to pay royalties.
To be 100% clear, guests can enjoy the Mardi Gras event and great theme park entertainment for the price of regular admission. So if you buy an admission for that day, you do get Mardi Gras included, and they do have a parade with beads and all that stuff. So
We'll check that out.
There's a lot of drinking, so it might be like a traditional Mardi Gras parade. There might be, if you get my drift. That's all I'm gonna say. If you get my drift,
I got it.
you might see.
I
some
got it.
things.
We got it.
No, not at the park.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I went last year. There was none.
Oh, well, we need to get some more alcohol in. Maybe we'll see. Not that we're promoting that in any way. I'm not promoting that in any way.
You know,
it just breaks up the monotony.
Now, our dad's in New Orleans right now. Me and my brother Robert over there. He's going to a parade. We'll ask him about that there at the parade. Suppose he's going to see a parade. Maybe we'll see if.
Oh yeah,
You know.
that'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll get pictures, text.
All right, so what's coming to Walt Disney World in summer 2012?
All right, let's see here. Disney's Art of Animation Resort puts guests in the middle of the story with enchanting tales. To kick off the summer vacation season, Walt Disney World Resort will open doors to its newest resort hotel, Walt Disney's Art of Animation Resort, a value property consisting primarily of family suites that immerse guests into the magical worlds of classic Disney and Disney Pixar film.
Now, we talked about this a few episodes back, and each section, the Finding Nemo section, Cars, The Lion King, and The Little Mermaid, they will all be opening up the wings at different times.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this is going to be a soft launch of the
Yeah, I think the first one to open
resort
is either
Finding Nemo. I think.
Finding Nemo or Cars. I thought it might have been one of those two, but I think you're right. I think it's Finding Nemo. But the three-star resort will immediately put guests into the worlds of favorite Disney characters and animated films, beginning at check-in as pixelated patterns and wavy ribbons of color decorate the resort's exterior. Pencil drawings of Ariel, Lightning McQueen, Nemo, and Simba adorn the entryway. And a cleverly created chandelier composed of animation storyboards enhance the lively and modern lobby.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool to see.
Great sketchbooks filled with favorite characters seem to come to life as they pave the way to each storyline revealed. Scenic settings, icons, including a brightly colored coral landscape, a 30-foot tall model of King Triton, a towering Mufasa, and more immerse guests into the playful world of animation. Mufasa. At the Cars wing, a freshly paved road leads to the Cozy Cove Motel. Yes,
Cozy Cone.
Because usually
Cozy
Cone.
You're thinking
Not
of
Cove.
you're thinking of the place in 182.
That's the
I
Cozy.
said Cozy Cone.
No,
You said
you
Cozy
said Cove.
Cove.
Oh, I meant Cozy Cone.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Cozy
the Cozy
Cone
Cove
Motel.
is on
'Cause
182.
it's like
All right, all right.
It's like a traffic cone, which normally you
stole
try
my
to
line. Dang it. I was
avoid.
going to say that.
But now you're sleeping in one.
Dang it. He stole my line. Now I don't want to continue because he stole my line.
Continue.
Cozy Cone Pool. Cozy Cone Motel, complete with a cozy cone pool and cone-shaped cabanas. It's a journey through an African It's a journey through an African landscape in the Lion King, complete with an elephant graveyard play area that invites youngsters to sing Hakuna Matata time. Treasures from the human world fill Ariel's grotto and a under-the-sea kingdom.
Wasn't the
and
elephant graveyard the scary part of the movie? What, they want to dig up elephant bones and other dead creatures? I would have picked something more lively.
I don't know. From linens and carpeting to fixtures and furniture, all details of the guest rooms tie to the storyline of Finding Nemo. There's coral-shaped chairs and bubble ceiling lights. Zazu takes center stage on the headboards, and the Lion King, while Pumbaa and Timon decorate the shower curtain.
Aww.
Kids of all ages can make a splash at the Big Blue Pool, the largest resort swimming pool at Walt Disney World, measuring 11,859 square feet. Guests enter scenes from the animated world and can explore the colorful wreath with a giant-sized Mr. Ray, whose wings span 27 feet, pose for a picture with Crush or frolic with Squirt in the Righteous Reef. Totally, dude. A children's play area, an arcade, and 2 additional pools round out the fun. The whimsical property, situated right behind Disney Pop Century Resort, will open in phases beginning in late May 2012 with the rates from $249 per night. The 1,120 family suites include 2 bedrooms, a kitchenette, and 3 separate sleeping areas that can sleep up to 6. Some 864 standard rooms sleep up to 4. Rates as low as $94 include complimentary transportation, extra magic hours, and other benefits available to a Disney guest resort. So awesome stuff there. Make sure to call 407-WDisney 934-7639 or contact your travel agent for rates. So the Art of Animation also includes customized dining options. I'll let Mark talk about that.
Better for you options at 5 mini shops serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the theme of the Landscape of Flavors food court.
Sounds amazing.
At Disney's Art of Animation Resort. The
They've
new
already
restaurant
sold me.
will be adjacent to the lobby. The idea is that you customize your choice, says Chef Ed Roski, Director of Food and Beverage Concept Development, Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. From burgers to pastas, salads, ethnic foods, omelets, even parfaits and gelatos.
Oh my God, I'm sold.
Everything made fresh.
Oh my God.
As you order.
So they make the gelato right as you order it?
I guess so. They scoop it as a.
But they said it was fresh. How
Yeah.
can they make it fresh if they have to scoop it? That means it's
Now
not
here
fresh.
comes some good stuff here. There's also a focus on beverages too. Fresh fruit smoothies are made to order, as well as lemonade and pomegranate limeade, organic teas, beer, including gluten-free.
Wow.
Gluten-free beer.
Well,
I don't even know what a gluten is.
people are allergic to it.
I see. Well, I don't think I am, so I want more glutens in my beer. I'll take their glutens.
It's in bread and a whole bunch of stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, give me more glutens then. I'm not afraid. They will also have wine, coffee, and juices will also be stocked. Half bottles of wine are paired with cuisine from the food shops.
Let's look at the menu here. I'm going to go through that menu highlights because I'm already salivating here a little bit. And me and food, if you don't already know already, I'm obsessed with food when it comes to theme parks and the hotels and stuff. That's my expertise.
Is that what we're calling it? Expertise?
Expertise. I have the proof. Create a salad at the Soup Salad Sandwich Shop. Include a caprese sandwich with fresh mozzarella and tomatoes on focaccia bread, or a buffalo-style turkey sandwich with arugula and a blue cheese buffalo sauce mayo spread, both served with house-made potato chips. That turkey sandwich sounds delicious.
I'm agreeing
Blue
with you there.
cheese, buffalo sauce.
Buffalo sauce, I'm in.
The World Flavors Shop adds Indian African flair to breakfast with scrambled eggs, tandoor potatoes, love it, Portuguese sausage, Mark's favorite, slab bacon, and a mini naan. Now that is awesome. I got to tell you, that sounds like a traditional Indian breakfast right there with the naan bread and the tandoor potatoes and oh my God. Oh, this is so awesome. All right, veggie flatbread sandwich on naan with cauliflower, spinach, and paneer. Lunch and dinner is a choice of tandoori chicken. Oh, my God, my favorite. I love tandoori chicken or shrimp. Mongolian beef with vegetables.
That's his favorite.
Mahi.
That's his favorite.
No, tandoori chicken is.
Burger topped with fried egg, cheese, and bacon. That's your favorite?
Nope, that's my favorite.
That's your favorite?
Yes. Portuguese sausage are roasted acorn squash served with sides and naan bread. Yeah, tandoori chicken is that's with the curry and all. Oh, that's the most incredible chicken you'll ever have.
Oh, read the last one.
The pizza shop features make your own pasta.
No.
Hold on, I'll get to that.
Oh, sorry, I've skipped ahead to the burger shop.
The pizza shop features make your own pasta. That sounds good. Make your own pasta. Cheese and pepperoni pizzas and meatballs on ciabatta bread. Meatballs on ciabatta bread. That sounds good. Room delivery is an option too. Really awesome stuff there. The burger shop includes a breakfast burger with chicken breakfast sausage, cheese, and scrambled eggs on a multi-grain bun, and a steak and eggs breakfast burger with a burger topped with fried eggs, cheese, and bacon. Now let's just all take that in for a minute. Let me say that again. Fried eggs, cheese, and bacon.
Bacon.
Besides the traditional burgers, lunch and dinner includes a surf and surf burger with crab cake. That sounds really good. And fried popcorn shrimp and a pastrami cheeseburger topped with pepper jack cheese and a slice of fried green tomatoes.
Now, I could do without the fried green
No,
tomatoes,
you have
but
to have the fried green
You have to
tomatoes.
have
the
That's the best
pastrami
part.
cheeseburger with pepper jack topped with bacon is...
Oh, you have to have it with the fried.
No,
I'm
you
swapping
gotta have
that
the
out.
fried green tomato. That's the best
Absolutely
part.
not. I'm swapping that out. It's not the best part. Bacon's the best part. That's why I'm swapping out the tomato for bacon.
The
Oh,
grab,
well, then that's fine.
the grab
That's
and go
better.
market shop offers drinks, yogurts, bagels, pastrami's, gourmet. Or excuse me, I got pastrami on the brain. I meant to say pastries. I got meats on the brain. Italian or deli meats on the brain. Gourmet cupcakes, cookies, and gelato. So the food court is a part of the dining plan. So I got to tell you, if I was staying at this hotel, which I'm sure I will check it out this summer, I would definitely check this out. This is some.
That's a lot of good eating.
This is a lot of good eating between, and the really cool thing about this is it's all over the world kind of food here, because you have the Chinese with the Mongolian beef, and then you have the Indian with the tandoori chicken, which there is literally no Indian food inside Disney property that I can think of. I can't think of one other place to get anything close to tandoori chicken or shrimp and the naan bread and so on and so forth. That is, to me, is just phenomenal. And then you add the burger shop with the mouth-watering fried egg, cheese, and bacon burger. Now, my only thing is they need to serve that burger all day.
Yes.
The steak and egg burger needs to be an all-day
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
I mean,
And hopefully it is. It doesn't say.
hopefully it is that. So,
Or else,
so definitely check that out.
If it's not
Even
an
if
everyday
you're-
thing, I have Mickey Mouse in my backyard.
Yeah. Now, even if you're staying on property and you're not staying at the Art of Animation Resort, because it is opening in phases, and you want to check this out, take a drive down there, take a bus to, say, one of the parks, and then take a bus from the park to the hotel. You could do that. Or if you're at the park and you want to eat there, you can take a bus from the park to the Art of Animation Resort. Or if you're at downtown Disney or wherever you're at, I don't think you could get one from the hotel directly to the other hotel, but you could get one from the park to that hotel. So nice break in the day to kind of check that out. It looks like they have a lot of good food options there from the get-go. So really cool stuff there. So moving on from that, we're going to go into some Disney fantasy news. This is also in line with the same story here with what's going on during the summer. Disney Fantasy takes fun to high water mark on 7-night Caribbean cruises. The fantasy fun includes 2 new Broadway-style musical stage shows, Wishes, and Disney's Aladdin, a musical spectacular in the lavish Walt Disney Theater. Now, that
Nice.
sounds awesome. Magical princess makeovers at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
And there you
And
go.
during Pirates Nights, swashbuckling transformation of the Pirates League. Yes, I love the Pirates League. I've been there to the one at Magic, and I've gotten work done there before. I did it not this year, not 2011, but 2010 for the Christmas party. I dressed up like Jack Sparrow and had them do my makeup and everything, and it's a
It
really
did.
awesome.
He looked fantastic.
It's a really awesome
He
experience.
did a great job.
And it was only, and I had the costume already, so it was only $30 to get them to finish up the makeup, and I got to pick a pirate name and just all kinds of stuff, and it's just an awesome experience. The makeup part of it, that's fun, getting dressed up, the face paint, all that stuff, but there's other experiences inside that Pirates League that just make it incredible. There's like a hidden room that you get to go into, and you get to get treasure, and they give you like a necklace, and I still have the necklace. It was just phenomenal. Awesome stuff. They're also going to have the Muppets are coming to Disney Fantasy in an interactive detective adventure game using the ship's enchanted art, animation magic, a new dinner show in Animator's Palette Restaurant that brings guest cartoon drawings to life.
That sounds really cool. That'd be cool to experience.
And the last one, which I'm really excited about, is Europa, a nighttime entertainment district for adults featuring sophisticated bars and trendy lounges inspired by the best in European travel.
We talked about that last
sounds
week
awesome.
too. About a lot of the different places that they were having there, and how they were going to be. We were guessing themed after like France and Venice and
That's
lots of different.
that to me is that right there is just, if you can do it on a boat, why can't you do it at Disney?
Oh, don't get them started. Pleasure Island talk.
We're gonna go on, but that sounds awesome. All right, everybody's gone surfing at Disney Typhoon Lagoon. This is awesome. They do this. I think they do this every year, but at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park, adventurous guests can watch a wave, catch a wave, and master the rush of shooting the curls as part of Craig Carroll's Cocoa Beach Surf School. That is right down the street from us, Cocoa Beach. We live in Cocoa Beach. Guests are invited to learn from professional surfers how to cut, carve, and hang tin in the water park's 2.75 million gallon wave pool. Every 90 seconds, the world's largest wave machine blasts out walls of surf that can tower up to 6 feet high. Now, this is one of the things that that Disney's Typhoon Lagoon has always had, and this is what made them special when they opened, and they're still the only one that I can think of that does this. They actually create waves in their wave pool. Most wave pools that you go into, it's just, you kind of go up and down, and there's not really any like waves like you would see at a beach. Well, Typhoon Lagoon, you can surf the waves. The waves are 100%, like you would see at a beach.
Powerful.
They're awesome. So check that out. Check out this surfing school. It's a 2.5-hour program and is available by reservation for $150 in select mornings prior to regular guest hours. So you can call 407-WW-PLAY for more information. And for those guests just looking to plunge into some water park fun, they can spend the day among the tropical oases at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon or the mountain ski retreat at Disney's Blizzard Beach. The two popular water parks features thrill rides, family-style raft rides, play areas for little ones, and cool lounging for grown-ups. For more information about Disney water parks, guests can call 407-824-4321. Now, me, Mark, and Ed will be visiting all these water parks. We'll go to Typhoon and Blizzard Beach, and we'll probably check those out.
I've only been to Typhoon Lagoon once. I've been to Blizzard Beach 3-4 times maybe, but Typhoon Lagoon I've only been there once.
Now,
really
one of the cool
looking
things,
forward to going back again.
One of the cool things that Typhoon has that a lot of people don't know about before they or until they get there is Typhoon has a tank that you can swim in with full-on gear. It's a smaller tank. You wear like a scuba gear with a mask and a respirator and all that stuff, and you can actually go, and I've done this, you go underwater, and it's just kind of like a much smaller version of what you would do at Epcot. And if I'm not mistaken, it's not terribly expensive, and I don't have the price in front of me. I think it's like $30 to do this per person or something, but I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. But I think it's like $30 or something per person to do that thing. But you can actually, it's right next to another tank that they have, because what they have is they have another tank with stingrays and all kinds of other stuff in it, fish, and you just swim across it and look underneath. You have goggles on and all that stuff, and you swim across, but you don't get to stop. Well, with this one, you can actually swim through, stop. If you want to touch a stingray or something, you can touch a stingray. There's fish in there, all kinds of stuff. There's usually two guides in there with you that are just watching what's going on. But you can basically almost scuba dive, for $30, and you get about 30 minutes to an hour worth of scuba diving, because that's how much air you have in your tank. And you get to go around in the water. And I've done this one time because Bruce worked there before he worked at Epcot.
If it's a smaller version of what they have at Epcot, that's definitely worth it. Just the
Yeah, it's awesome. And I'll definitely get you the price on the forums, and if I don't, I'll definitely have it in next week's show. But definitely check that out. That's one of those things you can do at Typhoon Lagoon that really enhances the day. Because Typhoon Lagoon is really cool. Like I said, they had that one part where you can swim across, and I forget the name of it, but you can actually see the see all the stingrays and stuff like that. So it's really cool there too. So check that out at Typhoon Lagoon, and check out Blizzard Beach too. Awesome water park. They have an amazing ski lift there, and Summit Plummet is incredible. If you've never done Summit Plummet, you should do Summit Plummet.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's so scary your first time going down there. Then you learn you can survive it, and then,
it's
you
not
run
too bad.
You run right back up and do it again.
It's the worst part for me is if you don't take the ski lift, it's a lot of stairs to get to the top.
It's all right. It's healthy. It's good.
Yeah. It'll wear you out.
It'll burn off that pastrami, pepper jack bacon burger I'm going to eat. So
Or that steak, egg.
Now,
and
one of the
bacon.
other things that I want to say about Typhoon Lagoon before we move on, one of the great things that they have at Typhoon Lagoon, and if you're going to Typhoon Lagoon, you have to have this, and they have them at Blizzard Beach too, if I'm not mistaken. They have these carts right when you enter the park, and they make fresh mini donuts with cinnamon or whatever you want on them.
Donuts.
And they're cake donuts, fresh, small little donuts. They have a machine. They only have them at Blizzard and Typhoon. And you get them with the icing, and I have to tell you, they are the best donuts that I've had. And they're so good. I don't know why they don't have them at other locations inside the parks, but they have them at Typhoon and Blizzard Beach, and they are incredible. And when we go this summer, we will definitely be getting those.
Donuts.
So check that out. All right. Moving on, we have the new Fantasyland opening. Summer 2012 sees the first stirrings to life of the new Fantasyland, representing the largest expansion in Magic Kingdom history. When the multi-year project is complete, Fantasyland will nearly double in size and immerse guests in Disney stories as never before. Fantasyland will deliver a new home for Ariel, new ways to interact with favorite Disney princesses, offer an exciting new family coaster, a double dose of Dumbo, be our guest at the Beast Castle, and much more. So I'm assuming the family coaster will be the dwarf.
Yes. I think everything that they're doing there is going to look fantastic. So
The Beast Castle is going to be amazing. And the restaurant that they're putting in there in Beast Castle is going to be awesome, too. Because it's like counter service for lunch, and then at dinner it turns into table service, and it looks awesome. So they are also going to have the AAU Basketball National Championships at the ESPN World of Sports. That'll be from July 3rd to August 4th, 2012. It'll be ranging from third graders to 12th graders, featuring some of the top high school age players from across the country, known as the breeding ground for future NBA stars. LeBron James, Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade. The event attracts NCAA coaches from the top basketball programs, making it the premier collegiate recruiting event in the nation. I don't say that word a lot. As a part of the national championships, the AAU U17 boys basketball super showcase presented by Champion anchors the ESPN High School Games, a multi-sport festival featuring several elite high school sports events. The invitation-only tournament features marquee 17 and under club teams from across the country. So that's awesome there. And I'll let Mark read the next one.
fans of all things Disney make memories, rack up reward points with Disney's Premier Visa card. So essentially, you can just get a new Disney Visa card. And apparently, some of the benefits are card members earn 2% in Disney Dream Rewards dollars on purchases at restaurants, grocery stores, gas stations, and at most Disney locations at Walt Disney World Resorts and Disneyland Resorts and the Disney Cruise Line and Disney stores. Card members earn 1% on all other purchases made with a card. So, if you're responsible with a credit card and you use it for everyday things, you use it for just buying your groceries, you have your money to write a check for your groceries or use your debit card, you use this card instead, and you can just start racking up money, and next thing you know, you got a free Disney vacation out of it.
Yep, awesome stuff there. So definitely check that out. So that's what's coming out for the 2012 summer at Walt Disney World. We're going to move on to some Epcot news. It is almost time for the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. We're going to run through quick some of the fun festival facts for the festival, which starts March 7th and runs through May 20th.
I can't believe the first one.
30 million blooms blanket the park throughout the festival, which runs 75 colorful days.
30 million.
The festival's front entrance, Fantasia Topiary scene, comprises 28 topiaries, more than have been used in any front entrance display. The 28 include Sorcerer Mickey, 3 ostriches, 2 hippos, 2 alligators, 2 elephants, 9 stars, a spiral, and 8 mushrooms.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
22,615 plant plugs of 15 plant variations make up the Fantasia front entrance topiary. They include reindeer moss for Sorcerer Mickey's face and red begonias for his hat, creeping fig for Mickey Hippos and Gators, sweet assum, and 3 shades of lobelia simulate water spilling over a large topiary rock made up of black scallop. Mark's going to take this one here.
I want to say arugula, but it's not.
Ajuga?
Ajuga.
Upon which the sorcerer stands. So, if you just before we go on, if you haven't seen, they're talking just about the topiary in the front of the. Well, let me continue on here just for a second while they're talking about this. 4,000 blushing bird air plants from Guatemala color the 2 hippos tutus, and 300 cotton candy air plants from Peru feather the wings and tails of the 3 ostrich topiaries. Smaller air plants are used as ostrich slippers. 1,250 feet of quarter-inch irrigation tubing is woven into the Fantasia front entrance topiary. So that's pretty much it for the Fantasia topiary. Now, if you haven't seen the topiaries at the Flower and Garden Festival, or you haven't been to the Flower and Garden Festival, it is incredible. And just seeing what they have to go through to create these topiaries and stuff, it really is amazing.
It's a lot.
If you like gardening, and gardening is really your thing, it's not really. I will admit that this show it's not as exciting to me as the Food and Wine Fest, because we all know how much I love food. But it's a really cool time to go because there's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's a lot of cool demonstrations and stuff, and then just seeing the flowers and things. One of the coolest things that I like that they have every year, and they have this in Japan and sometimes in China too, they have a bonsai tree exhibit. And they have bonsai trees there that are just tiny, but they've been around for 100 years.
Wow.
I mean, that to me is just incredible stuff. So really cool stuff there. Now, they also have dozens of additional Disney character topiaries. Represents the largest collection of Disney character topiaries in the world, and include classic film stars like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Donald Duck, Goofy, Pluto, Cinderella, and Tinkerbell. At least 25 different plants, grasses, and mosses of various colors, including pink and red begonias, dusty miller, palm fiber, palm seeds, ficus, lichen, are used to create and define features of additional festival topiaries. More color has been added to the topiaries than in any previous topiary presentation. This is a lot of stuff. Woo! 1,000 native butterflies represent up to 10 species at the expansive Bambi's Butterfly House. Among the garden's 24 nectar plants are Cape Royal, Plumbago, Passion Flower, Coral Honeysuckle, Blazing Star, Butterfly Bush, Scarlet Milkweed, and Canna Lily. Now, that's another thing that they have there that's really cool. They have, and it's amazing to think 1,000 butterflies. And if you've ever been to the Flower and Garden Fest and you've seen how big the little tent that they have there for the butterflies is, that is amazing. So that's really cool stuff there. They're going to also have more than 500,000 plants, trees, and shrubs are planted for the festival. 250,000 of those are annual blossoms installed for the festival. Festival plants include 60 different species of trees, 47 types of palms. I didn't know there was 47 types of palms, and 48 variations of bedding plants.
I guess that's where they're getting the 30 million blooms.
Yeah. 150 hands-on gardening demonstrations and seminars will be presented. 30 flower towers of 30 flower towers of Impatience Line Innovations Plaza. 240 floating mini gardens. Now, these are really cool. Each 3 feet diameter of multi-hued impatiens provides splashes of color on the 2 ponds that border the walkway between Future World and World Showcase. Now, if you've ever seen these, they're like basically planters in the water there, in the little ponds there, in between, like they said, World Showcase and Future World. You can see them. The best place to see them from, actually, I think, is the monorail, because the monorail goes right by them, and if you look down, you can see them, and they're floating, and they just look phenomenal. 700 container gardens of flowers, herbs, Plants and vegetables in clay pots, barrels, and urns enhance the landscape throughout Epcot. 400 Walt Disney World horticulturists are needed to install the festival landscape topiaries and many exhibits. 100 Epcot horticulturists maintain topiaries and other festive displays. It takes more than 1 full year and about 24,000 cast member hours to prepare for the annual festival. The festival weekend's Flower Power concert series includes 11 artists and groups known for more than 100 top 40 hits. This year's musical hit makers from the 1960s and 70s include
Jose Feliciano, just in case you...
Well, I was going to let
Jose
you
Feliciano, Starship, starring Mickey Thomas. The Guess Who, The Spinners, Chubby Checker and the Wildcats, Paul Revere and the Raiders, The Turtles featuring Flo and Eddie, Charles Negron, formerly of Three Dog Night.
That's a new one.
Yeah, and the orchestra, starring former members of ELO, which would be the Electric Light Orchestra.
Herman's Hermits is the last band, starring Peter Noon and Davy Jones.
Davy Jones, who is of what famous band?
Davy Jones Locker?
No. Not Davy Jones Locker.
I don't know.
Davy Jones is one of the founding members of the Monkees.
Hey, hey, we're the Monkeys.
That's right.
People say we're monkey. They had that show they used to have. It was awesome. I love the Monkey
He
show.
took Marsha Brady to the prom, eh?
Oh, my God.
Marsha.
All right, we're going to go into some news that is fairly recent. It's coming up in actually 2 days here. I'm going to talk about this for a second. We all know that the Super Bowl is coming up, and we want to talk about the Super Bowl coverage at Walt Disney World. It'll be on NBC. It is at Sunday at 6:30. Anybody staying in their resort can watch the Super Bowl on Channel 2, which is our local NBC station. I don't know what the one is for that. WFTV or... I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know off the top of my head. It's one of them. But if you're out at the All-Star Movie Resort, you can watch at the Silver Screen Spirits Pool Bar or the World Premiere Food Court. The All-Star Music Resort will have it at the Intermission Food Court and the Singing Spirits Pool Bar. Disney's All-Star Sports Resort will have it at the End Zone Food Court and the Team Spirits Pool Bar. Animal Kingdom Lounge will have it at the Maji Pool Bar, Santa Lounge, Uzuma Springs Pool Bar, and the Victoria's Fall Lounge. Boardwalk Inn will, of course, have it at ESPN Club, which would be one of my favorite suggestions for going there.
Is that a good really size? Cool. Good big club? Or?
It's pretty good size. The food is actually more sportsy, like Super Bowl-ish type food, wings and burgers and nachos and stuff. So
by the way, if you do go there, I'd recommend maybe getting there an hour to 30 minutes early.
No, you need to get there an hour to an hour and a half early.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2 hours.
Yeah, I think Mark's right with the
survey
2 hours.
says
2 hours.
2 hours. Ding 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 ding.
I would do it because it's like a first come first serve basis, and you know that once the people get in there and get situated, they're not going to go anywhere. And if you do get lucky enough and you are the man of the evening, if they have them sitting there, they have 2 recliners inside there. Yes, 2 recliners inside the restaurant, which you can eat at right in front of the super huge screen that they have, their projector. So if you're lucky enough and you can get to those recliners, do it. That'll be the most awesome Super Bowl that you ever had at Disney, in a recliner with someone serving you. Oh, awesome. Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort will have it at the Banana Cabana Pool Bar. The Contemporary Resort will have it on at the Wave Lounge. That's kind of interesting. Coronado Springs will have it at the Rick's Lounge. Old Key West will have it at the pool area. I'm sure they'll bring something out for that. Port Orleans will have it at the River Roost and the Riverside Mill Food Court. Saratoga Springs Resort will have it at the High Rock Springs Pool, Turf Club Bar, and Grill. Disney's Yacht and Beach Club will have it at the Ale and Compass Lounge, Cruise Cup Lounge, Martha's Vineyard. And the ESPN Wide World of Sports will have it on the Welcome Center Jumbotron. That's really cool.
Oh, nice.
So you can hang out there and watch that. And they'll have it at the ESPN Grill. Now, the ESPN Grill is actually a big area because me and Ed went there and saw the World Cup. They were doing it in 3D there. And you might want to give them a call and see what they're doing because if it's like what they did for the World Cup, I think it was either $30 or $40, and it was an all-you-can-eat buffet, and all you had to buy was your drinks. whatever drinks you want. Or it might have included drinks. I don't remember.
Now, another place it's not Disney, but I doubt that all the places are going to be filled up. But another place to add on the list is oh god, I can't think of the hotel. The Kook Sports Bar. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, Buena Vista Palace,
Yes.
which is right across the street from downtown Disney, has the Kook Sports Bar, which is on the bottom floor. You could walk right in and get there. Another thing to note too, if all these places are crowded, and you know, or you just try a few and you're like, I just want to get out of Disney. If you go right outside Disney, go down past downtown Disney and then go straight out, right across the street you have Buffalo Wild Wings is right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and then there's some other restaurants and things in there, and then not
a
too
place
far.
called the Crossroads.
Yeah, and then not too far. If you take a left once you get out, and not too far down when you take a left, there's an ale house right there, a Miller's Ale House, which will definitely have the game. And there's other various places around there that'll have the game on. So there's always, you know, that opportunity to catch the game. And Miller's Ale House, you know, I don't want to. I mean, it's a really nice place. I've been there a couple of times. I think Mark has gone with me to the one on I Drive.
Yep.
And they have really good food. And one of the nice things that they have there is $2 Jose shots. If you like to drink tequila, they have $2 shots of Jose. And I think they have mixed drinks with Captain Morgan's for like $3 or $4 or something a drink. So the drinks are a lot cheaper when you get outside of the parks. But that's one of the things they have is the $2 Jose shots, which is really nice. So that's something to check out too, if you plan on going or are there and you want to watch the Super Bowl. So now we're going to move on to some SeaWorld / Busch Gardens news. We're going to start off with SeaWorld has their Bands, Brews, and Barbecue coming up. And I just want to talk about a little bit about just the bands. I'm going to go through the bands that they have here. February 11th, they're going to have Foreigner, which I like Foreigner. That'll be good. Urgent.
I'm going to tell you to bring the Foreigner belt.
February 12th, they'll have Gary Allen. The 18th, they'll have Trace Adkins. I'd like to see Trace Adkins. 19th, and I will only see this if he brings his chicken, Kenny Rogers.
Yes, the gambler is
Serving
going to be
chicken?
there.
Kenny Rogers Roasters. You never been to Kenny Rogers Roasters?
No.
Their chicken is amazing.
Oh, I like chicken, but
25th will be the Doobie Brothers. We will all sit there and light up a doobie and watch the Doobie Brothers. Just kidding. We won't be doing that. I don't know why there's no, I guess it's just Ronnie Dunn now. I guess Brooks left, but they're having Ronnie Dunn on the 26th. The 3rd is Sarah Evans, and that's March 3rd. And then March 4th, which this kind of surprises me because Idol is at American Idol is at
Disney.
Hollywood.
Yep.
Scotty McCreery, last year's American Idol. So I'm sure he'll sing his favorite song, "I Love You This Big" or whatever it is. Now, both parks are going to, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens are going to have their Bands, Brews, and Barbecue, which I have that up here somewhere. But they both have the Bands, Brews, and Barbecue. Now let's talk about Busch Gardens bands that they're having. I think Busch Gardens this year is having better bands than SeaWorld. SeaWorld's having more of a country thing, and Busch Gardens is having more of a rock thing. On February 12th, they're having Leonard Skinner, which is awesome.
Yeah.
February 19th is Bret Michaels. February 26th is 38 Special.
Who I've already seen them in concert. I saw them. Night Ranger warmed up for them. It was a good concert. It was a loud concert.
And March 4th will be REO Speedwagon. So excellent bands there.
So, Mark, did you expect it to be a quiet concert? Because you said...
No, I just didn't expect it to be that loud.
Now,
that was my very first concert I ever went to. Very first rock concert was 38 Special.
Both locations are the price of the Brands Brews are seeing the concerts are included in the daily admission, and if you have a pass, of course it's included. Now they do have VIP packages for both parks. It's $30 at Busch. I would imagine it's the same at SeaWorld. Now what that does for you is that gets you a meal at one of the barbecue locations that they have. Basically almost like the food pass. You get a meal and then a side or a dessert and then a non-alcoholic drink. Now also Oops, my mic went out there for a sec. Also, that my mic is not cooperating here. Hello. Also, the VIP includes front row seating to the shows, front row center stage seating to the reserve seating to all the concerts, and another thing that they have besides the VIP package is the beer package, or the all-you-can-drink beer sampler. Now, from what I understand, from what I heard, just listening around and hearing about the different packages and stuff, the Busch Gardens and SeaWorld packages different, our beer packages different, are big differences. And the fact that at the SeaWorld one, it's more of a sampler because they're giving you smaller cups of beer and you're sampling beer, so on and so forth. The Busch Garden package is a more of a, and I don't condone this in any way, let me say this, but it's more of a drink all you want beer situation. You start at, I believe it said 12:30. Let me pull it up and see. 12:30 or 12 to 5:30. And you get to drink beers at Busch for $50 if you're a pass holder. You get 2 passes to this, and it's a wristband, and you get to drink beer from Anheuser-Busch, InBev, Michelob, Kona Brewing Co., Widmer Brothers, Red Hook, Gordon Biersch, Southern Tier, Victory, Blue Point, Magic Hat, Cisco Brewing, Capital Brewing, Crown Imports, Vermont Cider Co., Cold Storage, U.S. Beverage, Florida Beer Co., Tampa Bay Brewery, North American, and Europeans.
They have your favorite, Mark, Magic Hat.
So, that's just at Busch Gardens, and that's for $50. I got to tell you, we were talking about this earlier, me and Mark. For $50, that's a deal. If you figure that's $25 a person.
That's 5 beers, eh?
That's 5 beers. At $5 a piece, which that's usually $5 or $6 is what you'd pay in a park for the beer. So, that's it.
We'll get our money's worth.
We'll definitely get our money's worth. So definitely check that out. Now, the other side of this too is the barbecue.
Do you get those mugs?
Yeah,
look at those Pilsners.
I know, they do look awesome. Now I'm gonna talk. I don't have a list up here for the stuff for SeaWorld, but I will get it up before they start again. But I just want to talk about the food that Busch is gonna have. And let me tell you, this is
top notch.
I'm salivating already, and I can't wait to go. Now I don't know if the VIP pass is like an all-you-can-eat situation. It doesn't really explain that. It might be, because from what it sounds like to me, it probably is an all-you-can-eat thing. But I'll have to call them and see, or double check with their media department to find out. But I don't know for sure. But you can eat at any of these locations with the VIP pass. Keep that in mind too. So we have the Kojak's House of Ribs, which is going to have Georgia hot smoked sausage, ribs, chicken, and pulled pork. Outback will be having the Outback Burger with cheese, baby back ribs, grilled chicken on the Barbie, and macaroo and cheese.
I want everything on that entire menu.
Smoky Bones will be having smoked wings, pulled pork sandwich, grilled chicken salad, and ribs. How do you grill chicken salad?
You put the lettuce on the grill and you...
Okay. And now here's the best part. This is what Busch Gardens will be offering.
How would you like your lettuce?
All right, everybody be quiet.
Medium or rare or...
All right, now we're getting to the good stuff. Busch Gardens is going to be serving up first a smoked suckling pig. They're going to roast a whole pig.
Suckling.
That sounds awesome. Amarillo slow smoked chopped beef brisket. I don't know what this next one is, but it sounds delicious.
It's got pork in it. So
pork tomahawk.
It's like a tomahawk missile made out of pork.
Oh, I'll eat it.
From about
that means it's huge.
From about 50 yards away, they launch it like fireworks right at your head.
Not right at your mouth.
And you catch it in your mouth.
Then you have the grilled chicken skewers, and Ed's favorite, the last one here, loaded tater tots.
Literally everything on this on every menu that they're serving, I want some.
I'm telling you right now that it looks incredible. I'm gonna look on here for just a second and see what we have here. They don't have anything really on the website for SeaWorld for anything of what it just says from your local restaurants and our own park chefs. So there's really nothing here about that, about the food there. But I mean, if it's half as good as the menu items at Busch Gardens, I will be more than pleased because the menu items at Busch sound incredible.
We got to find out how to get one of those Pilsners, one of those things.
Oh, what this says, man.
I got to get one of those. I have to.
Yeah, those look
Maybe
really
they'll have
cool.
like a media day for it, and we get
But
a Pilsner glass.
I'm telling you this right now. When Leonard Skinner gets there, I'm getting the beer pass. I'm eating my own weight in barbecue, and I am drinking my own weight in beer. So, and I will be in the front row of the concert screaming out
"Free bird!
Free bird!" It's happening. Greatest song of all time, "Free Bird." So that's gonna do it for that news there. And only other news that we have really from Busch Gardens is they had a baby giraffe that was just born.
Yay!
On the Serengeti Plain, Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay welcomed a new baby female reticulated giraffe on Monday, January 27, 2011, at 6 foot 2 inches tall and weighing approximately 176 pounds. The newborn is the calf of father Jafari and mother Cupid. This is Jafari's second calf and Cupid's fifth. So it's going to bring the population to 19, exactly 1 month to the day before the most recent birth. Another female in the herd, Tessa, gave birth to Jafari's first calf, which was also female. So that's awesome stuff. You could see him at the parks there. There's a picture of him on there.
Oh, he's so cute.
And they look awesome. She's cleaning him off. I didn't see the little guy, our little girl, when I was there. I love this one. She looks upset because they're taking a picture of her face. That looks really cool. Let me see if I can throw this up there for you guys to see. This picture of the giraffe right here. Throw this on the page here. No, I guess I can't. Just really cool stuff at Busch Gardens. Here we go. I'm gonna save this, and then we'll see if we can get this onto you guys. All right, let me see if I can get this on the feed for you guys right here.
It's a little teeny, weeny little giraffe. It's just been born, and its
Mark.
mommy
Mark.
is there with
Okay,
the
Mark,
baby.
you're scaring me. All right, I'm gonna throw this right in here so you can see this giraffe. Here's the little guy right here. You can see
Everybody.
See the picture of him.
Oh, he's so cute.
So really cool stuff there. Hopefully my mic will start working. Keeps dying on me. Okay, so really cool stuff there from Busch Gardens. You can see the little guy there. I'm just gonna leave that up for a minute because that looks really cool. There, the little guy smiling at the camera. Let me show you. This is the total awe moment right here. Let me show you this. Just this one more photo before we go on here. So you can
And just
really
to preface this, I don't know if anybody knew this, but giraffes are known to be cannibals. So
No, they're not.
they're not. It looks.
But
like
he's getting a licking from his mother.
that's good eating. Giraffe here. That's good eating.
So really cool stuff there at Busch Gardens and a little baby giraffe born. That's another thing that I want to talk about too. We've talked about it before, the Animal Care Center at Busch Gardens, and I have to tell you, the other day when I went there, I totally got wrapped into a story, or wrapped into a procedure at Busch Gardens, and literally spent 3 hours at the facility there, just watching the procedure being done, and having that attachment to the animal that was having the procedure done. Just because you go in there and you get started and you see the thing and you feel for it because it's in pain and so on and so forth. But I have to tell you, just on a side note, just about Busch Gardens, you need to really get down there and check out the Animal Care Center. I mean, the Icepiration show, which we'll talk about in a minute, is incredible. It's an incredible show, but the Animal Care Center is just really fascinating, and I'm just so happy that we have something like that at Busch, because that I could just sit there for literally hours and just watch the different procedures, and you really get wrapped into the story. And one of the things that they were talking about too, because there's a lot of times when procedures take a couple of days, and you can't really keep up to date. Well, they're going to start a blog that has all the procedures on there, and the updates on the animals and stuff. Because there's a goose there, an Egyptian goose that had some trouble breathing, and it was really touch and go from there. And we stayed there all day and watched it, and it was really cool. You get really connected to the animal. Almost like it was one of your own animals, like it was one of your own pets, so really cool stuff there. So that's going to do it for the news of the week. We're going to go into our first review, which is of Gatorland. So I'll let Mark talk about Gatorland while I try to fix my mic.
Well, we had a great time.
My mic.
We went there really more specifically to do the zip line tour, but ended up really seeing the shows that they had there, including the up close encounter show that they had, and then the Gator wrestling show, which is one thing that they are absolutely famous for.
Now, just keep in mind, me and Robert saw what show?
Up close encounter.
No, Mark didn't.
So let's
5 seconds into the show.
Let's talk about the show first before we get into that. Now, the show itself is they started out with comedy. They have these two guys that talk, but it's like the name says, it's an up close encounter with animals and so on and so forth. So they set these two boxes right
down in the stands.
They set these two boxes in the stands, and Mark's just sitting there, and he knows he has an intuitive sense that there's something coming. He doesn't know what it is.
But I'm ready for it.
But he's ready for it. And I see him. They're about to open the box. I see him stand up, and he just starts walking. And I'm like, "What are you doing?"
No. They brought the boxes out. First, they asked if anybody was squeamish, and some people raised their hands. So they bring the boxes out, and they just put the boxes right next to people in the audience. So that would have freaked me out. Then he opens the box, and he's kind of alluding to the fact that something has escaped. Now, knowing that it really hasn't escaped and that they're kidding, I am still looking over my shoulder. I'm looking underneath the bleachers. I'm looking behind me. I'm looking in front of me. I'm looking all over the place. And finally they said, we can't go into the boxes anymore. They made up this whole story where, if they get bit, it's a big thing. The president of, Gatorland, and they got to get medical care and do all this other things. But they said that the guests can get into the boxes.
Where you going?
Well, the guy calls this woman up on stage and has her stand there with her eyes closed and her arms open. And he finally opens this box, and I can kind of see what he's doing in there. And I see that he grabs like this little Tupperware cup. And I know right then and there that he's going to be pulling out spiders. Yeah. And he does. He pulls out 2 tarantulas. And by this point, I'm no longer sitting with the group of guys.
Yeah, he left.
I'm moved over all the way to the end of the bleachers, and I'm just waiting for the moment for them to be focused on the woman up front so I can walk down the bleachers and exit the little area.
Yeah,
I wanted nothing, absolutely nothing to do with being that close to spiders. And even being 50 feet away was too close. I could still see them. And it got worse from what these guys told me.
Yeah, they brought the spider right up the aisles, and they had it right there for everybody to see. So we got it all on video. I'll let you guys take a look at the video when I get it up online.
Just look up the word phobia, and you'll figure out why I left.
But yeah, and Mark left it, and they had one of the things they did too was they had 3 people go on stage, and they said, "We're going to put something in your hands," and they told them to hold their hands out and look forward. And they couldn't look backwards. And they come up from behind them, and sure enough, they put a huge python in their hands, and they had no idea. It was pretty great.
I could have handled that. I just can't.
Yeah. So after we did that, and this was, of course, after we had done the zip line, after we did that, we stopped at Pearl's Smokehouse, which is one of the restaurants there, and had a very awesome item there, the Gator Bites. They were essentially like
gator
little
tail.
Popcorn chicken
gator tail
popcorn gator tail, and it was really good with the hot sauce, and it was just a really awesome experience to have there at Gatorland. Just really cool stuff.
They had other stuff too. They had like fried chicken and they
And
had
burgers and stuff.
fish and
Yeah,
burgers
yeah.
and stuff. But you're at Gatorland with gators.
You want some gator.
You best be.
Now, I have to admit it was a little bit pricey, but it is, you're at Gatorland and it is gators. I mean, it was like $7 or $8 for a basket.
It was $8.
Yeah. A little bit pricey, but, I wasn't paying for it at the time. So
But
I
you
could
know
really
they're
care.
fresh.
Well, you do know they're fresh.
We just kept telling that joke. Yeah, it's fresh.
But, but yeah, really cool stuff there at Gatorland as far as the food's concerned. Awesome stuff there. And then we went from that. I think we went on to the petting zoo after that, and there was all kinds of goats and things of that nature. The pet,
And a bull.
there was a bull, and then there was just all kinds of really cool stuff there to pet, and it was really cool. They came right up to you and ate the food right out of your hand. The goats and the girls don't have maps in your pocket and stuff like that because the goats will eat the maps. They'll really eat anything, and it was interesting. And then there was chickens running around. There was some chickens running around, or roosters running around, and they were running around pretty much all over the park. I saw them at the gator
Did
wrestling.
the chickens have large talons?
Dude, I must have said that like 10 times, and no one said anything, and now you say it. Oh my god! But no, it was really cool. After we did that, I think we went to the gator wrestling.
Saw the gator wrestling.
That was really cool to watch them wrestle the gator and do all that stuff and kind of take control of that. It was interesting.
They did something different. I've seen the gator show in the past, and pre-show, before they start the show, you can actually pay $10 and
get a picture of the gator.
your picture taken as you sit on the gator. So
That was really cool.
They wrap the gator's mouth with electrical tape or duct tape or whatever they put on there just to make sure that it can't open its mouth. And then, kids were going in there. Parents let their kids go in there. It was all very safe and everything. Your picture is not included in the $10 that you pay to
some
get
people
in.
had a pass. And I don't know exactly how this works. I'll have to find out. But some people had a pass. It was like a
photo
VIP.
pass.
It wasn't a photo pass.
No, it wasn't a photo pass?
It was like a VIP pass, and it entitled them to I forget what it was. It entitled them to get up there to do certain activities. But like if you got the VIP pass, your photo wasn't included if they took it, but you could take your own photo yourself. So because you had to pay just to get into the arena with the gator,
Yeah.
and then you had to pay for your photo separately. I don't know what the
It
deal
was
is. I'll
still
have to
kind of
find
cool.
out.
And he gets a gator and he puts his chin
Yeah.
on it and it opens its mouth and then the last thing he did is he flips it over and he rubs its belly and it goes to sleep. So it's really kind of it was a great little show.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then after that, we went through. They have like a swamp trail in the back. We went through that, which was really fascinating. Just seeing all the trees and the flora and the fauna of Florida.
Of a real swamp.
Just seeing all that stuff, walking through the trails there, thinking how awesome it would be to take a Segway back there. But it was really cool stuff there. The trail was really awesome. Then we kind of walked back.
My only regret about the trails, we did get a chance to really take our time on the trail.
because we didn't have enough time because we had got there at like 1 or so.
I've been to Gatorland before, and I've been on that trail before, and let me tell you, it's a nice walk just to take a really slow your day down and just walk that trail and just look at the nature that's around you.
The whole park in general was just relaxing. You have the shows and you have the gators and stuff, and that stuff is kind of thrilling, but it's nature. There wasn't, at least the day that we went, there wasn't a lot of people there. It was really open.
Mm-hmm.
All you could hear, you didn't really hear any of the people. You just heard the birds and the nature around you. And it was really a good day, in a sense that it was just so relaxing, and it was just awesome. I mean, to me, it was a really good day just because, we were out there, no distractions, just enjoying nature, having a blast and awesome stuff. So it was really cool. After we did this, the one swamp area, we did we climbed up the observation tower.
Oh yeah,
and did that.
And
that was really awesome.
So much of the park from there.
You can even see the zip line stuff. And
it's centralized right in the middle of the park, so you can really look around and get an idea of how many birds they had there, and you can see the gators swimming in the big lake that they had.
Yeah.
It was quite impressive.
Yeah, and it's just amazing to see how big the park is, because when you're doing the zip line, it doesn't look that big, but it is big. It's big. It's really big stuff. So yeah, it was just a phenomenal day. Gatorland is an awesome park. Let me tell you, it's an awesome deal. If you're a Florida resident right now, it's $10 to go. And, with the weather being cool like it is, it's perfect for Gatorland. It's perfect to go in there. There was a lot of people with cameras in there taking pictures. It's just perfect right now. And even at regular price, it's $24 to go to Gatorland. I mean, if you're down here visiting and you want to get a nice slice of Florida, I mean, this is where you need to go. I mean, you get to see the swamp. You get to see the gators. You get to eat some gator.
The shows are humorous.
The shows are humorous. They even teach you about Florida history in the shows, like the stuff about the Florida cracker, because Florida was the originator for the herding of the cows and so on and so forth. And the reason why they call it Florida crackers is because we crack the whip. Florida crackers, we crack the whip on the cows and stuff. So really cool stuff there. I mean, just awesome, Florida history, Florida stuff. And what's even better is when you get to Gatorland, you enter through a gator's mouth.
Yeah.
The entrance is a gator's mouth. And in this week's show, when you watch the show this week, the video show, me and Mark recorded our review of Gatorland right after we did Gatorland, right inside the gator's mouth. So
it was cool.
Just a phenomenal
park.
Fun. Even the gift shop is fun. I mean, they have a lot of cool stuff in there. Now, one of the things we saw at the end, too, was the Gator Jumperoo show, where they basically string out pieces of chicken on a wire, much like a zip line, and have gators jump up and get this. We watched a little bit of this.
Now, even though it was in the 60s, I still think it was kind of cold. Might have even been in the 70s. It was still a little bit chilly for the
gators. Did not come out.
They were not too motivated to jump at all.
No,
matter of fact,
no.
the chicken fell right in the water, and they just kind of went, well, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
They
had like a contest. Now, one of the things to keep in mind too, when watching these shows, and when you call the park, you'll get this feeling too. And I talk about this in the interview or in the review on the show. It has sort of a very redneckish feel to the whole park. You get that feeling when you call and you hear the guy who's got that very southern redneckish accent. I hate to use the word redneck, but it's the best thing I can come up with.
You could say hayseed.
Or hayseed.
Yeah, that's.
They had
less of a curse on it.
Hayseed is PC.
It's a little more PC.
They had a lot of references to Deliverance and some of the attractions there, and a lot of the shows it was very hayseed the way that the actors acted and so on and so forth. So it was very interesting stuff. But it was an awesome day. Now, moving on, we'll talk about the zip line. I'll let Mark get started with that.
The zip line was phenomenal. You get a 5-minute little safety video,
Yes.
and then you get into your harness.
Which one of the key points
More
of the safety
hayseed
video? It's hayseedish, and one of the things they said in the video was, what if you get stuck? They said then, within 5 minutes, starvation sets in.
But it was without hesitation. It's like, well, what if I get stuck out in the middle? It's like, well, first thing, starvation will set in, and then the buzzards will come and start floating around your body there, wait for you to decompose. No, we'll get you out. And then they told you they'll come out there.
Yeah, they'll throw a rope out.
Throw a rope at you, and you grab onto it.
What's the name of the zip line?
Screaming.
Yeah, you didn't tell him the name.
Oh, we'll tell him eventually. Screaming Gators zip line. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
It was great. It was absolutely
the
great.
video was great.
There's
the
7 towers, I think it was, that we went
to.
Well,
let's talk about the beginning first. Let's go back to the beginning. We started out, we saw the video, and then you have like 3 or 4 guys that help you get suited up in your actual gear. One of the things to keep in mind, too, is they're very safety conscious. They get you strapped up in your gear.
Which I want to say thank you, Gatorland, for making sure you're that safety conscious.
Yeah, the equipment was very nice. I have some video here. I'll show you. This is just shows you, if you see on the left here, you kind of see that little line there that you hook into that with your hooks on your outfit, so that way you don't fall. And you can kind of see the view here. Basically,
he does
you
a
just see the
10-point
line.
check.
Yeah. So they have you harnessed in. They have you harnessed when you get to the top of the tower. There's 7 towers, and they have the little things that you connect to keep you strapped in at each tower. You can see he's going.
Here I go.
And now, for people actually listening to this podcast, the video will be in the video show. Just a heads up.
Yeah, we'll put some of that in the video show. Yeah. But you get strapped in. You get the 10-point checkpoint. You'll see me in a second here holding on for dear life. But you can see that wire again. There's a wire when you watch the video show too. Check out the wire on the rails. That's what you connect to, and they have it set up with a two connection system. So when you turn a corner or something, and there's a nail or something or a little hook thing in the way, where the wire goes, you latch one thing to the other side, unlatch the one you have there, and then go back around. But you always use 2 latches when you do the zip line, so you're double latched. But essentially, you have to have a lot of faith in the actual zip line itself, the actual line that you're on.
Now, they did say that the zip line itself can actually hold a Ford F-150 truck.
Full-on truck, yeah.
So we figured it could hold us.
And it's really cool. The first time you do it, it's scary because you're literally running off a platform. You're running off of this platform. All you see is the ground. It's completely open. You could fall right off. And you have faith in this thing. You can see me here. I'm holding on. I'm scared out of my gourd because we get up to 58 feet in the air, and I don't like the heights up there because it feels like a flimsy tower, although it's really not a flimsy tower. It can stand up to a hurricane category 2 hurricane. But when you get off that first one, you just kind of sit there in the zip line. It's almost relaxing because you just sit and let it do its thing, and then you get to the other side.
Yeah, you sit in the first one, you're a little bit nervous because not really sure what it's going to be like. By the time you get to the, even the second, third, fourth one, you're letting go of the line there. You got your legs all spread out. You're just flying through the air and just yelling and screaming. It was it was actually very, very, very thrilling. Now in the video here, you can actually kind of see our guides are bringing us up to the next level.
I think this is right before the 58 feet. Or this is the 58 feet.
Yeah, this is the 58 feet here. So he's taking us up to the highest point that we're going to go.
Now when you watch the video, you'll see this. It's right after basically we do the first zip line. On the video,
this would be a great shot of the park here.
But you can see. But it was really cool. Just seeing zip lining over all this stuff. One of the things I remember most is actually kicking the trees, being able to actually touch the top of the trees while you're zip lining. That was just phenomenal. It was just really cool, and you go up, and then you can see the train in the video if you're watching live right now. But just really cool stuff there. It was phenomenal. One of the, you get your harnessed in, you feel safe. You have the gear on. You're not going to go anywhere. If you fall, you've got 2 guys over there. You got one guy on the other side, one guy there, one guy to catch you, one guy to push you off. He doesn't really push. You're tied in really good. You're wearing a helmet. It's all great. It's all really good stuff. So you got the double harness. I don't know what else to say. Now, one of the other things that you do on this is you actually do a bridge.
Oh yeah.
Now when you get to the zip line before the last one, you actually do a bridge. When you get to the zip line before the last one, you actually do a bridge, which it's like 2 pieces of wood that you walk across the whole. I'll let Mark explain it.
Well, it was like that. We got pictures of it, but there's like 2 pieces of wood every now and then. They do harness you into a line for that. So if you did fall off, you're not going very far. It will hold you in, much like the zip line does. But it was still thrilling to go across it. Now, when I was going across it, even though it was only about 30 feet high, I thought the bridge was about a mile long. Because as you start going out, it just starts moving back and forth, and just when you get to the middle, it's swaying left and right. So it does make you a little bit nervous, being strapped in or not.
When someone gets on there, and they start swaying it left to right, and you're and the whole time you've been on it, there's no problem. It doesn't do anything. And then Mark gets on there, and then the bridge starts swaying left and right, and we were like 30 feet in the air or something. It's still very scary. I mean, you're harnessed in. There's no way you can fall, but it's still uber scary. the best part is the fact that the guys who actually are doing the attraction, they run right across this thing. They just run right across it.
The one guy even walked across it kind of briskly, but he didn't even have his hands touching anything. I made sure I wasn't letting go of the plastic covered guardrails that they had on there, because it wasn't anything that I wanted to take a chance of falling, and this guy just came right across.
Yeah.
So these guys are used to it. I mean, it's something they do multiple times a day.
Yeah.
So they know their safety checkpoints. They know how to get across the bridge safely. They know it's not as long. Our first time across, like I said, I thought it was a mile long. I'm sure to them it's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
They said it was 70 feet across, and it's 30 feet in the air. And a couple things to take a note while you're doing this. When you go from tower to tower, and you just literally sit until you get to the tower, and then you run up the tower, and you get to see an aerial view of everything, and it's amazing. It's really beautiful.
Australia.
Now, when you get to said tower, like when you get to the second tower and the third tower and all that, most of them have water at the tower. So that's one of the things to keep in mind too. If you get thirsty, they do have water at the tower, so you are able to have a drink, while you're standing at the tower. So really cool stuff there. The highest tower, I believe, is 58 feet.
You can round it up to 60.
Yeah, you get it rounded up to 60.
And you go about 25 miles an hour on some of the zip lines.
So you go. The first one is kind of like in the middle. Then you go across, and you go down a little bit, and then you climb up to the top, and then go across again, and then you climb up to the top again, and then you're at the highest point, which is the fourth tower.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth tower, yeah. At the fourth tower there, so. And you'll see this is the tower right here, and if we can milk it a little bit longer, you'll see the bridge.
There goes Rob.
Because here goes me right across the super long, and it's a super long zip line. This one here is really long. And you know what the funny thing is when you get on it, it's over before you know it. I mean, literally, it's like 2 seconds and it's over.
It's quicker than that. It just seems like it goes quick.
Yeah, it just seems like it goes really fast. So, and they shout at each other across the way when it's time to go. They go ooh, ooh or something like that, and kind of shout at each other. You can see Mark just harnessed himself in there. But it's really cool. $70 for the zip line,
which includes your admission to the park.
Which includes your admission to the park. So if you figure it's $24 to go to the park, subtract that from the actual cost of admission, what that makes it $56 or something like that to get in there, or whatever it makes it to get in there. But when that's a really good price for doing the zip line, and you get all the other attractions. My advice to you, if you're going to do this, would be to schedule this in the morning. Get it scheduled in the morning or at the end of the day. One of those two. If you get it scheduled in the morning, you can actually get it done, over with, and then you can actually enjoy the park. Or if you get it scheduled in the afternoon, get it done, or see the park during the day, and then do the zip line right at the end. Probably my best suggestion would be in the morning, because then you can see the Jumperoo show, which I think they only do at the end of the day. If you look here, you can see the bridge. Mark's about to get up to the bridge here. You can get a shot of that.
Now, the water that I just went over, too, for those of you who had been watching, the water that you go over is gator infested.
Yeah, most of the water is gator infested. There's one area that you go over in particular. I think it's between the second and third tower that is totally gator infested. You can see he's doing the 10-point checker if you're watching the video. If not, you can see this stuff when we put it online in the show this week. But it is gator infested water, most of it, except for the water for the bridge, because it's flamingo infested.
And ducks and swans.
Yeah, ducks and swans and flamingo infested. So really cool stuff there.
They were rabid ducks.
But you can see the bridge here.
And then rabid flamingos.
And then the last portion that you do when you get to the very last tower is a run and jump. Basically, to see who can get there the fastest. It has a tie-in with the movie Deliverance when you get there, because the thing says it says don't talk to kids with banjos or something like that.
I mean, just look at what I'm walking across there. You can see there's just a couple pieces of wood, and it's really thin.
Yeah.
And those bottom rails that you see, or wires, that's what you're holding on to.
Yeah, it's just
And
really
that's
cool.
it. And those just they move. It's not a lot of support.
He's strapped in somewhere.
Yeah, there's the guideline is
Yeah,
above us.
yeah.
Okay.
The reason why you don't grab the guideline up top is because the guideline up top is not covered with plastic like the guideline on the bottom is, so you can hurt yourself. But it seems like it's not as supportive, but it really is supportive. You're totally fine up there, 100%. But it is that scare factor. You just go through with it. But it's funny that, like I said, the guys just run right across it.
About how
But,
tall or how high up are we right now?
To kind of wrap this up, $70. Like he said, includes your admission. You get to see all the shows, get to experience the park, the petting zoo, the gator wrestling, the up-close encounters, all these different shows that they have during the day. Awesome stuff there. So definitely check this out. Do the zip line. It's worth, doing it, once. Do it again. I'd love to do it again. I was a little nervous up there on top, but, I made it through, and I was proud of myself for doing it, and I would like to do it again. I think it'd be fun to do it again. So we'll definitely probably do it again sometime. But really cool stuff at Gatorland, so check that out. You can see James here running across just like the guys do. But you can see the other guy running across here in the video too if you're watching. But really cool stuff there at Gatorland. So awesome stuff. Check that out. Check out Gatorland.com. Check out their website. Really check out the park. There's a lot of cool stuff at the park to do too. We missed out on some stuff there, but there's a lot of cool stuff at the park to do too. So really,
I don't
cool
think we
stuff
missed out on anything. I think we saw.
Well, there was a couple.
Oh, we
I
didn't
think
get to
missed
ride
a
the
show or
train
two.
either.
The train, and we didn't get to go on all the different food locations and gift shops and things, and just kind of check the whole park out. But we'll definitely go back and check it out. Really awesome stuff. Now that they're running the $10 special, I know that we'll definitely go back. Just the park itself is worth $10. I mean, come on, it's a nice way to relax and get that Florida atmosphere. So awesome stuff there from Gatorland. Hope you enjoyed that video. Now we're going to move to Tampa, and we're going to talk about, I guess me and Ed will talk about the new show at Busch Gardens, Iceploration, which we just had the media preview on the 1st of February. The 2nd is when it actually opened. And I have to tell you, incredible show. Mm-hmm. Incredible show. I think it's probably the best a live performance show in the Orlando area right now. Mm-hmm. And I really stand beside that because it combines basically all the shows that we have in Orlando. The Cirque du Soleil, it has some of that. It has some of like the Allure show from SeaWorld. Some of like the Blue Man Groupish type stuff. It has, and then you add ice to all that, and it's really cool. And then you add an awesome soundtrack that really ties together the show. And I'll throw up a video here of some of the clips of it, and you can see them doing the show here. And all these people that are on there are ice skaters. This is all ice skaters, even like the elephants and stuff are ice skaters. Now there are some animals in this show that come out at certain times. But let me start off by telling you what the premise of the story is. You might see in a second here, but there'll be a young man that pops up with his grandfather. The young man's name was what, Alex?
Austin.
Austin, yes, Austin. And Austin is a young kid who is very into his Xbox and DS or 3DS and all his internet and cell phone, smartphone, video games, so on and so forth. And you can see Austin here with his grandfather. And his grandfather says, I'm going to take you on a trip around the world, and where we're going, there's going to be no cell phone signal. So Austin, of course, is very upset about this. And but as they go through the story, Austin becomes more and more excited about this because he goes diving underwater and goes to the Serengeti. And you can see all these different scenes that are playing on there right now. Between the Serengeti and then they go, where else did they go, Ed? Did they go to the Arctic?
Yes, Serengeti.
The Arctic, the jungle,
yes.
Undersea. Just a really cool show. Really gets you in the Busch Gardens spirit of just the animals and all the other stuff, so on and so forth. Really in that Busch Gardens spirit. Just really, really cool stuff. And you know, the production value of the show is really good. I know Ed would agree with me. Between the dancers and the ice skaters, which do incredible stunts, is what you can see on the video screen here. You know, and between the actors, you know, one of the funny things was that the guy who plays the grandfather said at the end of the show that he's never acted before in his life.
Now there's two grandfathers and 4 kids. Now the people in the video are the actors we saw.
Yes.
So.
And the grandfather that you saw said he never acted before, said he was a preacher before. And he said he never acted, and he just was a natural. I'm telling you. He was really good. He had a really awesome time. He was just really, really good at what he was doing.
Now,
and Austin was great, too.
Now, the grandfather said he was at home, and I guess one of his kids or grandkids saw about this. He was like, oh, and they read about this role. I was like, that's you. And he tried it, and he actually tried to, and when he was doing the audition, he was with the Austin in the video.
And they paired together so well that they had to have them. Now they have 4 Austins. 2 of them go to public school and 2 of them are homeschooled, so they do get some schooling while they're doing the show, because that was one of the questions too. You know, seeing the backstage process for this show was really fascinating too. You know, seeing how the show works and what it takes. And we actually met some of the puppeteers for the show. There's a frog that comes out. That was really cool, and we saw the puppeteer for that. And it was really cool stuff. I mean, just seeing all of it. One of the other things to note, too, is that this theater does have in-house effects. So you do get the snow that comes down and the bubbles, and there's other in-house effects. And the sound and everything, it's just a really awesome show. And it combines so many of those shows that you know, Orlando is kind of known for, and it was really cool stuff. It was really awesome. So definitely, when you go to Busch Gardens, I think Busch Gardens has kind of migrated themselves from a single-day park to a 2-day park. And the reason why I say that is if you take into account seeing all the animals and seeing the shows and seeing like the animal care center and so on and so forth. That's pretty much 1 day right there.
It's definitely big enough to support 2 days.
And then if you go back the second day and do all the coasters and all the rides and all the attractions and stuff, there's your second day right there. And you could really spend 2 days in that park and really do it right. And that's really awesome. I think I personally really like Busch Gardens. I like all the parks, but I really like Busch Gardens. And I really like it now that they have the show, and I love the Animal Care Center. But it was really cool. I think the show was awesome, and I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait for Mark to go with us and see it again, so he can have something to say about it.
Unfortunately,
but it was really cool. So definitely something to check out at Busch. I have the video ready to go. I'm gonna start uploading it right after we do the show, so you guys can get an idea of what the show looks like and see that video that I just showed you guys. Right there. So we'll get that up. But I think that's going to do it for this week's show. We did kind of a long show this week.
Still got to thank the sponsors, though.
We're going to definitely do that. But I think that's going to do it for this week's show. Before we go into our sponsors here, we're going to get into that right now. We're going to thank the hostingguys.co.uk.
Who?
The hostingguys.co.uk. Thank them for all their support. If you need any hosting or anything like that, domain names, you name it, those guys can take care of it. Shoutcasts, virtual servers, whatever you need, they have the tools to make it possible for you guys. That's the hostingguys.co.uk. Also want to thank AppVoodoo for the friendlier way to find those apps. The friendlier way to find apps. Make sure to check out AppVoodoo. If you haven't checked out AppVoodoo before, make sure you check out them now. Awesome stuff there. We have the list up on the site so you can see, what is going on AppVoodoo. I'll throw this in here real fast. You can see AppVoodoo the show, which we have some shows ready to go to be put online. So we'll get some of that, and we'll start filming some more shows with the new camera. So we have some stuff for that. AppVoodoo the show. Make sure to check that out.
Basically, the show there, we just talk about games we're addicted to.
Games and other apps that are productive. We talk about productive apps.
You talk about productive apps.
Mark doesn't talk about it. I do. So check that out on AppVoodoo the show. And we also want to thank our friends down at Global Escape Realty. Thank those guys out for their support. If you need a vacation home or anything like that, check out globalescaperealty.com. And make sure to check out www.tunes.com for all the latest, or to relive the magic. Listen to www.tunes.com. Listen to the radio on there. A lot of great music on there, and I'm going to be adding more music soon here. I'm going to expand the playlist a little bit, and I might start dipping into other parks. If I think it'll be awesome. If you guys disagree,
you
let me know.
definitely have to add the
I am going to
Meet
add
the World. Exploration soundtrack.
Well, I'm going to add that, and then I was thinking about adding some of the music from SeaWorld as well, and I have some Universal music and stuff from different areas in there, so I'll add that in there as well. So awesome stuff there. So we'll expand the playlist there. I think that's it.
That's it.
So that's going to do it for this week's show. Hope you enjoyed this long show. Hope you enjoyed our review of Ispiration. Get down there and check that out. Check out Gatorland, Gatorland.com. Check them out. We will have more from them in the video show. Make sure to check out this week's video show, which will be live Sunday. If we can get Mark to record the news tomorrow, maybe, possibly, of the week. Or me and Ed can just do it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But make sure to check that out. And we will get that for you guys. It'll be ready to go Sunday morning probably because I'm going to work on that tomorrow. So check that out. We'll have video live from Gatorland and live from Busch Gardens. So a lot of cool stuff there. So I think that's going to do it for this week's show unless you guys have anything else that you want to say to the fine folks out there.
I just want to say thanks again. Thanks for everything. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for everything. So we are going to go into... that's going to do it for this week's show, I think. So that's going to do it. So, all right. Thanks, guys.
This is Mark.
And Rob.
And Ed.
And this has been the Mickey Updates Podcast.